Hi everyone, if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. For those that are new, hi, my name is Ashley. I live a healthy and balanced lifestyle. I make videos about health and wellness and personal development, and I'm so happy that you found my page, and thanks so much for following along. Okay, so today's video is going to be my wellness guide. And I call it my wellness guide because wellness looks so different on so many different people. It is not the same for anyone at all. And honestly, it's specifically curated to you and what you like and what works best for you and your body and your mind. So this is mine. First off, I just want to start off like I always do with my own little personal story. So wellness for me, I have not really found wellness. Like I didn't get somewhere in my 20s and I was like, well, I just want to live a better lifestyle. That really never happened for me. When I was young, I always grew up playing sports. I was always running, playing some type of sport. I always ate pretty healthy because that was just like what our dynamic was in the house. So I didn't really need a super big change. And because I learned that when I was so young, it kind of just was adopted when I went to college. When I got out of college, I kind of just kept up with it. Now that I'm older, I have been able to pick little things that I like versus things that I didn't like. And I've been able to develop it from there. So keep that in mind when you're watching this video. Wellness has affected my whole life, like overall in all different aspects, my physical body, how I think about things, my mood, feelings, my happiness, literally everything. And like I said before, wellness is different on everyone. So for me, it looks like I work out right now, about 5 days a week. Now, when I say work out, that's very loose. I don't lift weights 5 days a week. I used to do that, but I actually changed it because I wasn't really the biggest fan, but we'll get into that later. So my normal type of exercise is running now and lifting weights. Those are my two main forms of exercises. And I actually do enjoy walking, so we'll throw that in there too. And for my mind, I like to do reading and some journaling, which actually helps with my creativity, those two things too. And then for eating, I kind of focus on a high protein diet. I know that there are so many different diets out there, but the high protein one kind of just works best for me. So because wellness looks so different on everyone, I wanted to actually look up the definition of what it actually means, and this is what I found. So the definition of wellness is the active pursuit of choices and activities to lead a healthy lifestyle and well-being, maintaining a balance of physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual dimensions. Now, I know there's probably more than one definition, but that's just the one that I found too. So there are different aspects of living a healthy life. And one of the main ones that I feel like everyone kind of thinks about is your physical well-being. So the main thing is just to take care of your body, and that's more than just exercising. So when you think about your physical health, most people think about like, oh, it's what I look like, how much I weigh, and that's not true. There's so many other things that go into your physical well-being more than just the way that you look on the outside. So we'll start with exercise because that's the main thing I feel like that everyone thinks about. So you really just want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, and you want to choose an exercise that feels best for you. So I know that things kind of go with the trends on social media. So a lot of people will do lifting. There are Pilates, hot yoga, running, walking, cycling, solid core, bar, I think is another one. There's so many different forms of exercise. So although one thing may seem popular and a lot of people, it looks like online or maybe your friends are doing one type of exercise, that doesn't mean that is going to be the best thing for you. And also, don't force yourself to do something that you don't like. There are so many people I feel like that maybe aren't happy with the way that they look, and the very first thing that they do is look up, oh, how to lose weight. And the first answer that normally comes up is weightlifting. And then they go to the gym, they try to do it about 5-6 times a week, and they try to stay consistent, and then they hate it because it's not something that they like. They only tried, they did one Google search and looked up lifting, and then they tried it, and it's not the best thing that's working for them. It's not, they don't like it, and they didn't give themselves the opportunity to try other different forms of exercises, which is the step that everyone skips out on. So if you try lifting and it's not something that you're fond of, try something else. It's okay to not do the one thing that maybe you think everyone else is doing. You can be a runner girly or a Pilates girly or a yoga girly or someone that just likes to walk. Or if you don't like to exercise at all, who cares? But just because something may seem popular and you think that's what you're supposed to do, that doesn't mean that you have to actually do it. Do what's best for you. And I will be the first person to tell you that, because I started lifting when I was 14, and I've been doing it for a really long time now. I'm not going to tell you how long, but I've been doing it for a while. It's been more than 5 years, I'll tell you that. And when I first started lifting, I lifted for about 5 to 6 days a week. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved being sore after my workouts. I loved watching my muscles change. I loved the way that it was making my body feel. It helped me clear my head. I loved everything about it. So I kept doing it. And recently, I think maybe, honestly, I would say probably at the beginning of this year, I have not been loving it the way that I used to. I would wake up every day and be like, dang, I don't want to go to the gym. But I would make myself go because that's what I was used to. I didn't know anything else. So I was like, all right, we're going to go to the gym. And honestly, thinking about motivation versus discipline too, I was like, okay, I need to be disciplined. I have to go to the gym. So I would make myself go. And after about like 2 months of feeling like that, I was like, there is something wrong. I don't want to do this. I'm not in the mood. So I changed my workout split. So now I only lift 3 days a week. I do legs, not necessarily legs, but we'll say lower body twice a week, and then I do upper body once a week, because that's just what works best for me. If you want to do something different, that's totally fine. But I do weights 3 times a week now, and then I run the other 2 days of the week, because I only want to work out 5 days of the week. I want to give myself some time to rest on the other 2 days, and just live a regular lifestyle. I don't want to be in the gym every single day of my life. I just think, me personally, I need some time outside of that. So that just turned out what my split was going to be. But I think the importance of that story is just to understand that although you may be used to something or what you think you're supposed to do, that may not be right. And although it may be what you're used to, you can change it at any time and you can try something new. There's so many people that will stick to one form of exercise and be like, oh, this is it for me. And if that's what you love and that's comfortable for you, good job, keep doing it. But you're allowed to switch it up. I don't know who said that you're not, but you 100% are. You don't have to always do lifting and running. You can do cycling and Pilates, or if you want to do something different on every single day, do that. And if that's what makes you feel the best and you love it, do it, because it's taking care of your body and that's what you're supposed to be doing. So other aspects of your physical well-being outside of just your exercise is diet and sleep. So diet, just pick something that works the best for you and is easily maintainable. So I see it all the time, is that people will try to go on a diet and then they'll eat salad every single day. Is that maintainable? No, because you're not going to want to eat salad every single day for the next 10 years of your life. So different examples of diets would be like the Mediterranean diet, a high protein diet, a low carb diet. All of those are maintainable and you can do them for long periods of time. So if you don't currently have a diet, just do some research and pick something and try to stick to it. So it's going to take some time from now to whenever you decide to implement the diet for your body to like change and get used to it. But overall, you just need to be able to pick something and be able to stick to it and maintain it for a long period of time. So like I had mentioned before, I'm someone who does a high protein diet. I don't count calories. I try to pick the most healthy option when I go grocery shopping. So for example, I like to eat pasta a lot. I'm not really going to say anything else about it, but I do like to eat pasta a lot. And there are so many different types of pasta. Now, there are different kinds though. So I use the Banza brand, which is a chickpea based pasta. It's higher in protein. I think in one serving it has 11 or 12 grams of protein in it versus regular pasta. I think Barilla is the brand. Is it good? Yes. And I'll eat that sometimes too. But the calories, I believe, are the same, but the Barilla pasta has, I believe, 2 grams of protein versus the Banza, who has 11 or 12. So you normally pick the Bonza brand because it has a higher protein, and that's based on my diet, like I had mentioned before. But like I said, I also like to eat, well, I do like to eat pasta, and some days, like, I don't need to be eating pasta 5 days a week. Can I do that? Yes. Should I? No. So I will implement like zucchini noodles or spaghetti squash. Those are pasta substitutes as well, just so I can get more vegetables in, but I'm also still able to eat quote unquote pasta. So whatever you pick, just make sure that you're able to maintain the diet for a long period of time and that you're getting your normal food groups in. Although I said that I do choose a high protein based diet, I need to make sure that I'm not neglecting all the other food groups that are in the food pyramid, because for a long time when I was doing my fitness journey or going through it, I would be so focused on high protein so that I could build muscle. I was neglecting all the other food groups like vegetables and fruit and whatever else is in there. I was only focused on protein and carbs, and that was it. But healthy means that you're getting all of the food groups. So not just protein, not just cutting out carbs if you're trying to lose weight, or eating more carbs if you're trying to gain weight. So make sure that you're having a protein, a carb, a fruit, and vegetables. Those are all part of the food pyramid. So like I said, just make sure that you're getting everything in there so that you're being healthy, and that the diet that you do choose, you are able to maintain it for a long period of time. And sleep. So sleep is something that I actually didn't really think about until I was doing research for this episode, but it is so important for your body and overall growth. I feel like it definitely is not talked about enough. So I feel like a lot of people, when they think about sleep, they just think about it's when your body is able to rest, but it is, your mind needs it, your muscles need it, your body needs it. You need to be able to sleep. And I know that like the sleep time can be different for everybody. I am someone who, if I get 8 hours of sleep, I feel tired when I wake up still. So I normally get around like 6 hours is good enough for me, and I feel really well rested and well rejuvenated after. But make sure that you're getting enough sleep in a day. Don't be someone who just takes like 3-hour naps and you think that that's enough time for your body to rejuvenate and for you to feel refreshed, because that's not going to be able to last you for a long period of time. So just figure out what works best for your schedule and your life and stick with that. Make sure that you're able to get, your good REM sleep. Is it REM or is it REM? I think it's REM sleep that you're supposed to get in. That's where you get your deepest sleep in your sleep cycle. But make sure that you're able to, well rejuvenate and rest your body and do what is best for you and your schedule. Next is mental health. So mental wellness is taking care of your mind, and that can look different for everyone, just like the physical wellness. The first thing that I like to remember is just to try to engage in stimulating brain activities, and that can be different depending on what you like to do. So one thing that a lot of people like to do are puzzles. So you could do Sudoku, like the actual 1,000 piece puzzles. Those are really good brain games. Other types of puzzles or simulating brain activity things would just be reading, maybe learning a new skill. That one always gets me. Right now I'm trying to learn how to braid my hair, which it's taken me a very long time. I thought I would catch on a little bit faster, but that's okay. So overall, just try to make sure that you're doing something that's stimulating your brain. It allows you to learn, and it gives you time to not stare at a screen. And in today's day and age, that's really hard because everything is on a computer, a television, a phone. You get a lot of screen time in one day, and sometimes your brain and your eyes just need a rest. So giving yourself some time to stimulate your brain without doing that is really good for your overall mental well-being. So another thing that would be really good for your mental health is just practicing low stress activities. So again, reading could be a good one for that, but you can also implement some type of exercise that honestly would be a double whammy. It'd be good for your physical health and for your mental health. So something like meditation, yoga, walking outside, maybe just laying at the beach, stargazing, just laying outside and relaxing. It's low stress, there's not a lot of things going around, and your brain gets some time away from the screens, and you can just relax and not think about anything, wipe your brain clear. And lastly, your brain needs to have some time to talk about the things that you're struggling with. So whether it's like emotional challenges, you need to have either a person to talk to or a therapist, or just do some journaling, because you can't just let all the things that are bothering you sit in your head and just keep thinking about them over long periods of time, because eventually you're gonna explode. That's not gonna be well, that's not gonna go over well. So just make sure that when you are upset about certain things, it's very good for your brain to just be able to declutter itself. Basically just either talking out your problems, writing them down, or going to therapy if that helps you as well. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end the video here. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!